everyone, welcome. Nope, sorry. I am having a little issue with getting the spotlight to spotlight. As you can see, if you're looking at the stream, I can see a lot of your cameras, so I apologize, and we'll fix that ASAP. But it's not in gallery view, but it's showing everyone in gallery view for some reason. Doing the best I can, and we won't start the show in gallery view, promise.
Hello everyone! Hey! Hi everybody! Hey! Welcome! Welcome! So, let's see. Those of you that are new to this here tonight, welcome and thank you. We do this every Thursday. We'd like to get you unmuted if you're in a quiet place. So if you're in a quiet space, you know, no dogs barking or whatever, unmute yourself so that we can chat a little bit and I can hear some laughter and applause and interaction and feel like I'm not all by myself here, which is what is the truth. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get as many people unmuted as we can here today. Let's see. 1, 2. Nancy Hewitt, so nice to see you. Welcome.
So nice to see you.
I know. How have you been?
Great.
Good. Well, thanks. I'm feeling the pressure now. There's a lot of good musicians in the crowd tonight. I have to do a good job. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get a few more people unmuted. This is in the Zoom part. Those of you watching on other platforms, you're welcome to come over here to the Zoom part. Our technician Brian will put the Zoom information over there. If you want, you can remain anonymous over there if you like, or you can come over and join us for a more interactive part. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess that's good enough. If anybody else feels like, Sarah from California, go ahead and unmute yourself. Come on, I can't do this without your voice in it. What's going on over there? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here, let me play a song here just to get started. Thank you. My birthday is actually Saturday. I'm celebrating my birthday here today. I'm 64 years old. Do you believe that?
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
It's frightening. The whole thing's frightening. So now we have a bunch of people unmuted. So let's test it. I'm gonna count to 3. All of you that are unmuted, I want you to laugh like I just said something really funny, and then we'll test the interactive nature of our Zoom concert here. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead, laugh, everyone. All right. So the biggest laugh of the whole night, the one that we manufactured. All right, so my friend Curtis is here. I think he's still here. Curtis is really involved in the Sober in the Sun Festival, and he's been in recovery a long time. So I'm going to start out by playing a song about being in recovery. I'm thanking, I'm trying to think of like all the things that were responsible for me living this long. And quitting drinking probably was right up the top of that thing right here. So this is called the Second Chance Crew. We'll see what we can do with this one here. My dad said, son, if you keep going on this way with a bad report card, you're gonna wind up as a lumper on a crew someday. I was laughing so hard, rolling on the floor. Dad, no one uses words like a lumper anymore. The guys are outside, it's Friday night, I gotta go. See you later, thanks for the lecture. He said, if you keep doing all the things that you're doing, if all the things that you are doing don't do you in, they can always use another lumper on the Second Chance Crew. Meet Billy, Bob, Rick, and Ray. Those are my drinking buddies. We were living for the party every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And on Sunday, one by one they moved away from home. The time went by, the next thing I know, I'm 31, drinking with a bunch of 19-year-olds. What a loser. Man, what a loser. Keep doing the things that you are doing. If the things that you are doing don't do you in, they can always use another lumper on the Second Chance Crew. Second chance people got a touch of gray, partied their teens and their 20s away, but now they're sober, starting over, they're 32. They're just so glad to be working on the Second Chance Crew. That ditch isn't gonna dig itself, lumper. I wound up in the program, I know that's no surprise. I make the minimum wage, but at least I didn't die. My knees are aching and my back is sore. I've been dragging these ladders across a plywood floor. And Dad, I never wonder what a lumper is anymore. You know why? 'Cause I'm a lumper, that's right. If you keep doing all of the things you're doing, if all the things that you are doing don't do you in, they can always use another lumper of the Second Chance Crew. Smoke, let's see if I can do this. Smoke it, drink it, and puff it up your nose, while your education goes up in smoke. Now when you're in your 30s and the party is through, saving you, see at the meeting, a job lumping on the crew. A seat at the meeting, a seat at the meeting. Oh, it's a revival, that's right. A seat at the meeting. Hands back and forth. A seat at the meeting. A seat at the meeting. Hi, I'm Don. I'm an alcoholic. Seat at the meeting. Hi, Don.
Don.
Seat at the meeting and a job lumping on the crew. A seat at the meeting and a job lumping on the crew.
Woo! Nice job, Don.
Right.
All right, so let me get in the gallery view and look at everybody. Look at all of you. So nice to see you all. Marshall, hello, my dear. I don't want to scare anybody, but if you look down the corner, there's Teresa White. I see somebody that I've known a great deal of time.
Hi, Teresa.
My birthday. There she is right there. She hates, she's not a real fan of being there. You may see her her video click off if she gets too nervous about you all. Curtis, unmute yourself for a second. All right, so I'm going to talk to Curtis for a minute. Curtis is, I don't know if he's the head or the president or he's the guy who does everything for the Sober in the Sun Festival, which is the biggest sober festival probably in the country. And he was just telling me this story. He owns a construction crew. He's got a bunch of people on it that are all in recovery. And he goes, whenever one of them breaks out and one of my vans is missing, one of my trucks, he goes, that's when I get in my car, and he lives in New Hampshire, and I drive to Lynn because I know that's where it's going to be.
Every time.
Oh, no.
100%, right, Curtis? Every single time?
100%. Every time.
Oh.
Well, at least you know where to find it. All right. With that in mind, I see a bunch of Lynn people here today. Those of you that know Lynn, if you're from some other part of the country, Lynn is a factory town where I live. And here we go. It's a song I wrote in the 70s, actually. And
Lynn.
I can still play it with some I don't know what. I was born in the city of Lynn, home of the first turbine engine. And as if that wasn't enough, it's also the home of marshmallow fluff. You can travel the whole country, you'll never find a bigger fluff factory. I'm from Lynn, what can I say? People from Lynn act this way. I don't talk slick like I'm from the Hamptons. I'm the son of a 30-year GE man. Lord Almighty, what can I say? People from Lynn just act this way. I used to hang around at Barry Park. That's illegal after it gets dark. Stand on the bleachers where things got smoked and beer got chugged and love bottles got broke. Later in the evening when the police come, 27 juveniles are on the run. Juveniles are running every way you see, jumping over fences, climbing in trees. But Don White is too loaded to get away. His name is in the paper. On the next day, his mother and his father just can't believe he would publicly humiliate the family. Brian, can you unpin Curtis for me? I'm from Lynn, what can I say? People from Lynn act this way. Don't talk slick, that's what I said. I'm not from Swampscott or Marblehead. Don't be staring at me that way. I am from Lynn, what can I say? On the corner of every street, somebody's cooking something greasy to eat. Deep fat is frying everywhere you look. This town is bound for the record books. It's a million sub shops open all night long. A socio-intestinal phenomenon. I wrote this song in the 70s, and honest to God, I still think that's the best line I ever wrote. I pinnacled in the 70s as a songwriter, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a downhill slide all the way to age 64. I left Lynn 10 years ago. I didn't know where I was gonna go. 10 of my friends were leaning up against a bar and grill. 10 years later, they're leaning there still. Half of my friends who are not on the street are dead, in jail, or annoying me. And I'm from Lynn, what can I say? People from Lynn act this way. I don't talk slick, that's what I said. They won't even let me into Marblehead. They're afraid I'll steal something. And I have in the past and I might in the future. But don't be staring at me that way. I'm from Lynn, what can I say? The crowd.
Done.
Yay!
Crowd.
Yay, John!
Now, John, we're going to take over for a minute here.
Okay.
Neil and I have decided that we're going to sing happy birthday to you in a
Happy
horrible
birthday.
Zoom setting.
Okay.
All right, hang on. Let me spotlight you.
All right, here we go.
So we're all going to sing, but it's going to be bad.
And it's going to be everybody unmuted.
Everybody on mute.
Oh.
Sing with me
Oh,
and Neil.
yeah. Tell
It's
everybody on
gonna be
Facebook.
bad.
Yeah.
Ready? 1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Birthday, dear Don.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
You.
to you. We love you, my friend. We love you.
You know, some
Horrible.
guy sold me some acid in the 70s and I thought he ripped me off, but I think it just kicked in.
We had to get it in there somewhere.
All right, so Sarah.
Hey, Don, just a quick note.
Yep.
You are now in the speaker view on streaming.
Oh,
The
thank you so
problem
much,
is
Brian.
fixed.
That's Brian Dozer doing the tech behind the scenes.
Yeah, Brian Dozer. Good to see you, my friend.
Yay, Brian!
So I'm going to sing a song now called the MTV Love Song because it starts out, when I wrote it I was in my 20s, but the first line in it was, he's 64. So I thought I would sing it. Sarah, you're welcome to intro it if you want. I mean, no pressure though if you don't want to.
No, I don't mind.
All right, so can we spotlight Sarah just for a second, Brian?
So,
Just a second. Here we go.
There you go.
so I love this song, and I know it's Don always bashes it like it's a bad song, but I love this song. And one of the reasons I love this song is I feel like this song is the quintessential Don White song because it takes you to laughter, to crying. It takes you all over the emotional gamut of this song. It really does. And for me personally, the very first time that I heard this song was a point in my life where I was really struggling and I was starting to learn how to handle feelings. And it really scared me to feel two feelings in the same day. Like I could deal with one and I could run with that one. I could be angry all day. I could be happy all day. I could be sad all day. But don't give me happy, sad, and angry all in the same day. It made me feel crazy. And this song kind of made me feel like it's okay. It's okay to feel all those things in a span of 3 minutes. So I just love this song, and I think it has a great message, and I hope you enjoy it.
Thank
The
you.
MTV Love Song.
Thank you, Sarah. That was so sweet.
Happy birthday, my friend.
All right. All right, so just for those of you that don't know, I wrote this song quite a long time ago. None of this is true. It's not a true story. It's just stuff I made up. But my goal at the time when I wrote it was I was hearing from all the people that I was involved with in the music industry, the promoters and record companies and all that. They just kept trying to shape me into something normal. And I as Tim Mason will tell you, I've had many managers, but I am totally unmanageable. I can't be managed. And they kept saying to me, I kept hearing, don't bore us, get to the chorus. Have you ever heard that horrible saying before? Yeah, like, why is it taking so long to get to the chorus? The kids can't dance to this. What are you doing? Right? So I was being a brat, and I thought, I'm going to write a song that has doesn't do anything that a song is supposed to do. At first I thought I'm going to write a song that only has one note in it. That was my original idea, but it was too hard. I couldn't do that. So what I wound up with is a song that has just a couple chords in it, and it has 3 verses, no bridge, no chorus, nothing that you're supposed to put in a song, and but all of the verses have a different emotional agenda. I just did it as just because I wanted to do what you're not supposed to do, which is why I'm playing on Zoom at this moment. Why am I conscious of being transmitted to the world from my office? No, it was not a great career move, but Sarah likes the song, and I wanted to play it because I'm 64. Will be my birthday actually is Saturday, and so the first line of this song, it's so funny. Like I write these songs in my 20s, and then I wind up living long enough to be the characters in them, which is, I don't know what kind of weird, surreal dream that is, but here we go. I'm 64, she's 63. Our grandkids were over watching MTV. And there was a woman gyrating all over the screen with some amazing dance moves, if you know what I mean. There was a young man singing a song about love, while these women danced around him all shaking their stuff. I said, you don't think that I could handle those young wild girls? She said, there ain't enough Viagra in the whole wide world. And then she laughed that laugh that I love so well. It filled the room and it cast a spell. And while they sang about love on MTV, I sat and thought about what love means to me. Let's say you get married, you have a little boy. For 3 sweet years he brings you love and joy. But before he turns 4, that kid gets sick, and Jesus comes to take him real quick. And when they lower him into that cold dark hole, they bury your heart and they bury your soul. And after that you walk around like you were still alive, but your heart is underground by that little kid's side. So how could you have known that your heart still lived inside the love of the mother of that little kid? Now when the time was perfect, she would plant the seed in the hole where your old heart used to be. And with the right amount of water, the right amount of sun, she'd bring you back among the living and back among the love. Do you really think a love that is just about sex could ever grow you back a heart that was ripped from your chest? All these stupid young punks in the videos singing songs about love. What the hell do they know? Well, don't get me wrong, I love to see women gyrating on my TV. It is exciting, it's erotic, it's amusing, it's fun. It is a whole lot of things, but it's sure not love. This love I have known, it cannot be explained. It is the kind that finds heaven through the terror and the pain. It is a glance, a whisper, a prayer, it's a smile. It's even some gentle gyrations, every once in a while.
Hey, Don!
Yay, Don! Donnie!
Awesome.
The most unmarketable song ever written. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
You love it.
All right, so let's see. I'm just going to take a look at who we have here, what states are represented. See, New York City is here. That's not a state. It's a state of mind, I guess, really. So Nebraska, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Mexico, California, maybe Pennsylvania. It could be Pennsylvania wrapped in here someplace. And a bunch of folks and some new folks. Kentucky, looks like Kentucky might be in here too. So thank you and welcome everybody. I'm going to play this song for you now. This is one that for the folks that don't come all the time, I want to play this for you. Here we go. This is a song because here in this great state of Massachusetts, weed is legal. It's not just illegal, it's everywhere. You used to be able, back in the day, you used to have your doctor lie in order to get weed. Remember those days where you'd have to say, doctor, I have some glaucoma and some nervous tension, and he would make you out a prescription for some, Hawaiian bud, something like that. But now in Massachusetts, you just walk in the store and you get it, and I don't mind that. I'm okay with it. I don't smoke it myself, but I'm concerned about two things. They have two things, and they are addressed in this song that I'm going to sing right now for you. First concern that I have is for the joggers in my fair city. My friend Ellen told me one time, we were talking about this, and she goes, I take my walk in Lynn, Massachusetts, and I can smell pot coming out of the cemetery. Dawn, how popular is it when dead people are smoking it? That's what she asked me. Right? So it's coming out of churches and kindergartens and police cars. You can't go anywhere and not smell pot. So my first concern is for joggers. They leave their house totally sober and they come home an hour later like with a 3-pound bag of Doritos, and they're calling up rehab because they just inhaled so much weed driving around the city. That's the only concern, but I don't even care about that. My real concern is for conversation. If we were together, and man, I can't wait till we get together. I'm pretty done with being alone and not being able to see you all, but do what I can. But if we were together, we would talk, man, and I would listen and talk, and I'm a big fan of conversation, and the kind of conversation that I'm the most that I like the most is the kind where the person that you're talking to can remember what you just said. Do you know that kind of conversation? Well, I'm fearful now that in this new world that we're in, where you can't go anywhere and not inhale this medicine, right? We're gonna have to go. Those of us that love coherent and focused conversation, we're gonna have to go underground. We're gonna have speakeasies. We're gonna call them speak coherently easies, and they're gonna need a secret password to get in there. Maybe a 6-syllable word, so that'll eliminate all the stoners. All right, here we go. I sat around with a bunch of stoners. I listened to them talk all night long. They were sure that their conversation was deep with meaning. They were wrong. 'Cause when you smoke it, it makes you stupid. I thought you knew it, but I was wrong. We're not having a conversation. This is nothing at all. My friend Harry lit up a fatty to celebrate my brand new job. I watched his brain float out of my window. He left me talking to an empty blob. 'Cause when you smoke, it makes you stupid. I thought you knew it, but I was wrong. We're not having a conversation. This is nothing at all. Alright, so I'm gonna get into character for this part. It's 1970, I guess for us would be 76 maybe. We're sitting in somebody's basement, all the teenagers, the parents are gone for the weekend. There's so much smoke you can't see the teenager across the room for you, but I can make out through the fog that my best friend is gonna say something profound. I can tell by looking at him that he has just thought of something so meaningful and so deep that if he can get his lips to speak it, it will change the trajectory of all of our lives. It is that profound of a thought. And so he's going to say it, but first I have to bring the song down to stoner speed. Wait a second. It's still too fast. Hang on. Here we go. I'm going to droop my eyes a little bit. Here we go. This is what he said. This could change everything for you. What if our whole life was just a dream, man? What if we're dreaming this right now? I forgot what I was just saying, let's order pizza. Pizza, wow. 'Cause when you smoke it makes you stupid. I thought you knew it, but I was wrong. We're not having a conversation. This is nothing at all. It cures glaucoma, it cures insomnia. Some people say that it is a cancer cure, but it does not cure incoherent conversation. That's for sure.
All right, Don.
All right.
Wow.
True.
Let's order pizza.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Peter.
Let's order pizza. Come on. You know, don't get me wrong.
Wow.
Don't get me wrong, I'm okay with whatever you want to do. You know, I can see right now square 15, they're all full of smoke. All these squares are firing up. It's not just incense. I know what you're doing. Don't worry about it. It's all good. You do what you want. I love you. All right, so here. Well, I tell you what. Let's keep as many people unmuted as we can because I'm going to tell a story. So I like to have some interaction when I'm telling stories. I'm going to tell this story about my dad, Larry White, and my Larry White who lived here in Lynn. He was born in 1927. I did some math on it. He was born 2 years and a month or something after he was born. The stock market crashed. So the world was designed to just give him a hard time, really. You know. So he grew up dirt poor, and he never did one thing he was supposed to do in his life in order to live a long time. Nothing. He never did a single thing he was supposed to do. He smoked cigarettes all the time. We couldn't find a picture of him from the time he was 12 till he died without a cigarette in his hand. Not one, right? Right? He smoked that. He ate nothing but red, bloody meat and potatoes. He drank Seagram 7, smoked cigarettes, and he just kept on living. He just kept on living. One of my last good conversations with him right here in Lynn, Massachusetts, he said to me, Donnie, that's the way he talked. He talked like there was a cigarette right here, you know, right? Donnie, I found a new fried clam place. Oh, like, Dad, what did your doctor say about eating fried clams? He's like, my doctor? I'm like, yeah. The one that told me to stop eating fried clams? I'm like, yeah. He died 20 years ago! So you want to live to be 82? Come on, let's go get something deep fried. That's the way he was. And my dad was Irish and my mother was Greek. And so, you know, as we all know, those two nationalities are forbidden from reproducing. For good reason. But they both fought their whole lives to do whatever they wanted. My parents, they just were incurably independent. This town was full of Greek and Irish people who you'd have to assume wanted to marry each other, but my parents were the only one that had the, whatever you call it, the stubbornness to fight both churches and both families. My grandfather, John Soteropoulos, when he found out that his daughter was marrying a Catholic, he lost his mind. Like he wouldn't come to the wedding. He wouldn't talk to anybody. He was sure. Whoa. Yeah, he was sure that all his grandchildren were going to hell. You know, turns out he was right about that. But reasons he could never have dreamed of. And so, but my parents just had an incurable case of you just all leave us alone, right? And that's the blood that runs through my body. My dad had a saying, a philosophy. It was be yourself, let them deal with it. Yeah. I think I should write that right there. And now, I'll write it right over the giant coronavirus. Do you see the coronavirus?
Oh, no.
Everybody say hello to the coronavirus here. There you go, right there.
Goodbye.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. That's what I'm saying. All right, so That's my dad, Larry White, and that's the kind of guy he was. And so let me tell you this story. So I'm in my 40s. I go over to visit him one day, and in our family, and those of you that know us, if you know this for sure, and it's kind of a Boston thing, kind of a Lynn thing, but you do see it in other places. The way that it works, if you're not from here or not part of our thing, the thing that you need to know when you meet our family is two things. One, if we're picking on you, that means we like you.
Right.
Right? And if we're quiet, you really should leave. So with that in mind, I go over, I'm in my 40s, I'm talking to my dad, it's just him and I in the house, and I'm teasing him about his parenting style. You know, I forget what I said, but it was something about, you know, him drinking more than he should have while he was raising us. But I didn't mean it in a mean way. I thought it was just the sort of natural ribbing that we give each other. But right away, as soon as I said it, I knew that it made him mad. Like, I don't know if he was tired or whatever, but like he just all of a sudden, like, his face just went cold, like cold, the way that a guy who grew up in the Depression, who went to war, the guy who hustled his whole life, the guy who knew every criminal in this town and was able to navigate everything, like, he went steel cold, right? Like, here, I'll give you if you're watching this on a big screen here, I'll show you what he looked like. He all of a sudden, and I said what I said, and he went like this, like. I'm telling you, go through me. I knew I was doomed. Like, I was no match for this guy. He was a steel worker. His chest was this wide. He was tough, not just physically tough, but tough all the way down to the Great Depression. You know what I mean? Like, all the way down to having to steal coal off the trains on the railroad tracks so they could have heat. You know, all that. And I felt like a pantomime, stuck like I couldn't get away. Nothing I could do. And he said to me, "Did you have a bicycle when you were a kid?" I go, "You know I had a bicycle. You bought it for me." He goes, "Did you ride around the town with your friends on your bicycle, having fun?" I go, "As a matter of fact, I did." He goes, "I am happy for you. I always wanted a bicycle, and I always wanted to ride around with my friends on a bicycle, but I never had one. My father left us when I was 13 years old. I was the oldest. I had to go to work at 4 a.m. at Sabanti's Bakery and make muffins until school started, and then go to Sabanti's Bakery after school and make, you know, bake bread and all that until supper time. And I would see other kids laughing and driving around on their bikes. Never got to do it, but you got to have a bicycle and ride around with your friends." And then he like leans up close to me and goes, "And I am so happy for you."
Oh no.
So right away, I started out 5'8" in this thing, but now he's whittled me down to about this size. Like, he's just like chipping away at me. And he goes to me, "Have you ever been cold?" I go, "I see what you're doing." He goes, have you ever been cold?" I go, "No." He goes, "I was cold. My mother used to put the Jell-O next to my bed at night because it was colder in my bedroom than it was in the icebox." He goes, "But now that I think about it, there's always been oil in the furnace and always been warm radiators in all the rooms in this house right here. We didn't have to section off. We had a 4-room apartment. We had to shut 2 of them off all winter." He goes, "But it's always been warm here, always plenty of oil, and you have never been cold one day in your life, and you had a bicycle to ride around on with your friends. I am so happy for you." So now, you know, he's whittled me down to like the size of a mouse, right? And so now it's dark. The sun had gone down, and he was standing. I was in the kitchen, sitting at the kitchen table, and he was in the doorway of the living room. And so the sun had gone down, and the room was dark. And he came out, and he walked past me, and he opened the refrigerator up into this dark room. So the refrigerator light, like, put this gigantic halo on him. Do you know what I mean? Like his big Irish head, like he looked like a religious icon standing there. With the refrigerator light silhouette, right? You could almost hear the refrigerator going, "Oh," like. Now he's not talking to me. He's talking to the refrigerator. He's talking to the eggs and the bacon, whatever in there. And he's like, "Have you ever been hungry?" And I'm like, "No, Dad, never been hungry." He said, "Now I think about it, this refrigerator has always had food in it since the day you were born." He goes, "I was hungry. We ate mayonnaise sandwiches for days. My mother used the same tea bag for 10 cups of tea." He goes, but you, never hungry, never cold, and you had a bicycle to ride around on with your friend. I am so happy for you. It is for you." Like that. And so now you need a microscope to find me. He has systematically whittled me down to nothing, right? And now he turns around from the refrigerator and he's walking towards me and he's going to finish me off. This was like a master class in how to get somebody to never speak to you the way they just did again, right? That was what this is. Because he could have yelled at me, and I'm sure he thought of many things he could have said to me. He could have called me ungrateful, all that, right? But he was too smart for that, because when you yell at somebody, and this is something everybody in these days should know, right? With the politics the way they are and all that. If you yell at somebody, they don't hear the argument, the point that you're making. All they hear is that they're being yelled at, right? So you can defend yourself against being yelled at, because you can just ignore the point behind it. You can just say, "Stop yelling at me," right? But he was too smart to do that to me. He was just asking me questions. "Did you have this? Oh, you did. That's nice for you," right? Like whittle, like surgically just dismantling me until I couldn't defend myself. And he walked over to me and he had a package of ham and a package of cheese in his hand, right? And he leaned over like this. And that man, this is when he was using muscle, like intimidation, which I'm pretty sure that other people in his life have seen this, and anyway, he came close to me like this, and he said, "Look," and I don't know how many Lynn people there are here, but anytime somebody bigger than me has come close to me and started a sentence with the word "look," generally speaking, a pummeled head is the result after that, right? Usually some sort of violence happens after that, like "look," like that. So he goes, "Look," he goes, "You can say whatever you want about me." He goes, I don't care, he goes, I'm not afraid of you. I'm going to love you no matter what happens. I am so far past being concerned about your opinion on anything. He goes, "But you need to know something, and I can't believe that you're 40 years old and I have to explain this to you." He goes, "But I am going to explain it to you." He said, "When I was a kid, this life that you had, never hungry, never cold, had a bicycle to ride around on, had toys at Christmas time, didn't have to go to work when you were 13 years old, and never stop work until you retire at 65, right? And all these things that you had, never hungry, never cold, never had to go to work, and all that." He goes, "Not only did I not have any of that," he goes, "but I wouldn't have been able to dream of it. I didn't even know it was possible." He goes, "I wouldn't have been able to dream of this life that you're criticizing me for giving you." At this point, the job is done. There's nothing left of me. I am never going to speak another word to this guy except compliment him for the rest of my life. The job has been done. And he takes the ham and the cheese and he drops it in front of me on the table. Bam! Not real hard. That would have been too dramatic. It would have messed up the whole closing act of this master class, right? He just took the ham and the cheese and he dropped it. Bam! In front of me. He goes, "You look hungry. Make a sandwich." And he walked in the living room. And sat in the dad chair, the big recliner with a big grin on his face, like looking at the TV, like clicking on Matlock or something like that, with his big grin on his face, thinking to himself, "That's how you do that." All right.
Oh, God. Great one.
My dad lived to be 82, so I'm 64. I'm gonna shoot for 82 too. So I gotta start smoking cigarettes and eat more fried clams.
Yeah.
Making me hungry.
All right, so this is what's going to happen. I'm going to play one more song, then we're going to have our Poets Corner. We initiated a Poets Corner here like a 5-minute poetry session, and
Yay.
we have an extraordinary poet I'm going to introduce to you, and I hope that you'll. I just can't wait to share her with you. She's going to read or do poetry for a few minutes. Then we're going to take a break. Not an intermission. It's just like a 3-minute break so I can splash some water on my face. At that point, this is a free show. It's always free. And if you don't have any money, believe me, I love you and you're always welcome where I am. But if you can help out with the grocery bill, we'll put the information here. Will be in Venmo and PayPal, and you can also mail me a check if you're ancient like me and you can't figure out which one of these holes in this computer that you put the money in. Works. And then also in the chat, and there was Facebook and YouTube, which we figured out. YouTube is over here. Hello everyone, and Facebook over there. By the way, if you're on Facebook, if you could share this, that would be great. The more, the merrier. Anyway, so we'll do that, and then I'll come back and I'll play till about 20 past or 25 past, and then if you're willing to hang around, or if you're interested in hanging around, we're gonna have a really nice after party with some good friends of mine. Who will show up.
Always great. Always great.
Party!
All right, here we go. So thinking of my dad, I sang this at his funeral, actually. All his children knew that he was dying. We asked them all to gather at his side. Spoke to them about the joyousness of a living from the perspective of someone about to die. My love for you is what I leave behind me. I see my love in everything you are. When I am gone and you want to find me, believe me, you won't need to look too far. I will be your sense of humor. I'll be your integrity. Each time you find the strength to persevere, right inside that strength is where I'll be. When you touch a person's heart with kindness, that heart opens up a room where you will stay. As your heart grows, I know that you will find this is the way that you can live beyond your days. So take some time and contemplate the night sky, so vast beyond all you can comprehend. The magnitude of what is out around you can make your life seem small and insignificant. Then picture your heart if grown to its potential, being wider than all you can ever dream, and deeper than the unfathomable heavens. That's the way that my heart feels today to me. I will be your sense of humor. I'll be your integrity. Each time you find the strength to persevere, right inside that strength is where I'll be. There's really nothing more that I can say now. If you don't mind, I would like to be alone. want to spend a short time now in prayer to thank God for all the love that I have known, and for all these hearts where my love has found a home. And I will be your sense of humor, I'll be your integrity. Each time you find the strength to persevere, right inside that strength is where I'll be. That's where you can always go to be with me.
Beautiful, Don.
Oh,
Awesome.
Don, just beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Don. Oh, look, we're
Thanks,
gonna.
Don.
Thank you.
Woo!
Welcome, and thank
Been
you.
too long.
Thank you so much for supporting me and for supporting live entertainment, poets, storytellers, music, comedians. We're all scrapping to make a living. We can't tour anymore, so when you show up at these things, means something. So thank you so much. So this is my world. Those of you that know me is divided up into 5 sort of things that I love: poetry, storytelling, comedy, music, and I guess lying would be another one of them.
Not you, no.
Fabricating, exaggeration. When I was coming up in the scene here, Emily remembers, if Emily's still here, that I would go to, I had a job at Catch a Rising Star, and I was learning how to be a comedian. I would go to Jack Powers' Stone Soup and absorb what all the poets were doing, and in Cambridge, the poets were untethered. I can't really explain what was going on there, but there was a lot to learn because they didn't have to rhyme, they didn't have to do anything. They could just say what they wanted, however they wanted, and that was all going in. And then, of course, I was writing songs, and then later, I started learning about storytelling, the art of storytelling, and how good people are at it. So, in this thing that I'm doing here every Thursday, I just feel like it's I want poets and storytellers and everybody to be part of it. So we initiated this thing here. It's called the Poets Corner, I guess we'll call it, and it's a 5-minute set from a poet that I think you all should know about. And tonight, it's just it couldn't be any happier. I'm going to introduce you to a woman who teaches poetry at I think at Salem State. She can tell us about that, but also she is now the director of the Salem Poetry Festival, what that means is she's had to change her phone number and her email address because she's like every poet on earth is just bombarding this poor woman now, right? But she is really one of my favorites. I am always hypnotized by what she does, and I'm so glad that she's here, particularly on my birthday show. So please make a lot of noise and welcome as loudly and resoundingly and enthusiastically as you can, my friend MP Carver.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you all. And thank you so much, Dawn. It's so great whenever I've been able to make it to these concerts. Everybody who gets to see Dawn, in person all the time, in Lynn or for his shows, knows just how warm he is. And that's not an easy thing to try to bring into the online world. So thank you so much for doing this and bringing everybody together for a little bit more excitement than we can usually get on Zoom. So it's really wonderful. So, and actually this first poem I'm going to read was by request from Dawn. It's a kind of poem called a found poem, and it's a collection of lines from a dictionary of intermediate Japanese grammar I used to have. And I don't know, whoever was making the example sentences for that book, I don't know where they were in their lives, but it was one of the most depressing books I've ever read. So it was easy to put the example sentences together into a little story. And I'll alternate. I'll do 3 lines in Japanese and then I'll read the translations.
Wow.
あの母親は子供を愛しているというよりはむしろ甘やかしている。親である以上、子供の教育に関心があるのは当然でしょう。一生懸命仕事をしたのに逆に仲間に嫌われてしまった。That mother is pampering her child rather than loving him. If you are any sort of parent, you should be interested in your child's education. He worked very hard, but contrary to expectations, his peers hated him. この大学は教育内容は言うまでもなく、設備も抜群に優れている。彼は平日は言うまでもなく、週末や祭日も仕事をしている。苦しいというのは働きすぎが元で死ぬということだ。This university excels in facilities, to say nothing of educational programs. He is working hard even on weekends and holidays, not to speak of weekdays. Karoshi means to die from overwork. 彼はその晩興奮のあまりなられなかった。ところがダメだったんだ。彼は結婚なんかするべきじゃなかったんだ。He was so excited that he couldn't sleep. However, it didn't work out. Literally, it was no good. He shouldn't have married. 人間はどうせ死ぬんだから悪せく働いても仕方がない。あの人は酒を飲むというよりはむしろ酒に飲まれていると言った方がいい。その交渉は極めて困難である。Since we humans are bound to die, it is no use working hard. One should say that sake drinks him rather than he drinks sake. That negotiation will probably be very difficult. 彼は小さい時病気がちでした。彼は出勤だらけの生活をしていました。彼には酒を以外に何も楽しみがなかった。He was often ill when he was young. He was living a life with many debts. He had nothing to enjoy other than drinking. 話すべきことは全部話しました。自分のことは自分でするべきだ。この作文は間違いだらけです。I told you everything I should tell you. You should look after yourself. Literally, you should do your own business by yourself. This composition is full of mistakes.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Vicky.
And then I've got 2 more. This one's really it's only a couple lines. Speaking of fairy tales, or the huntsman denies ever cleaving anything. That axe, he says, is good for finding spaces in things. All right, and then I've got a light one that I'll end with. This one's called Dear NSA. And for a long time, I had wanted to write a poem about when we all found out the NSA was doing domestic surveillance. And after years, I said, I have to do some research to finally write this poem. I went to their website, and it turns out they tell you right there what kind of data they collect. So it was the easiest research assignment I've ever done, and this poem is the result. So, Dear NSA, I read your partial list of collected data, and I wanted to help. I have made no recent Skype video calls, and I have done no blogging of any note. Here is my search history: animal rescues, French press coffee tutorial, fish school training kit, CompuStar remote start, OCD poem, and how do you pronounce Igor? You'll have to get the health record straight from my doctor. I don't have a copy. I noticed you were not looking for any poems. Looking back, I was looking for poems a lot, usually on Google, unless I forgot to change the default on the browser. Elite Daily says, creative people all have one thing in common: they're lonely. It's nice to have commonality, but how in our new world can we be lonely? I have videos watched and/or uploaded online, and so do you. I have mobile phone GPS location data, and so do you. You know I downloaded Flappy Bird and Can You Escape too. That I've deleted running apps more often than I've gone running. I never even have to ask. You take my financial data and my legal documents, but you leave me my poems every time. Thank you so much, and happy birthday.
Oh, that's great, MP.
Excellent.
Wow.
Bravo.
All
Bravo.
right. Bravo.
Bravo is right. That was wonderful.
Yeah.
Brava is actually right.
Oh, that's
Brava,
right.
brava.
Hey,
Bravissima.
Thank you so much, MP. Thank
that
you so
was
much. Let's hear it one more time for this fantastic.
yay! That was wonderful.
Yay.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take just a few minutes. If you can donate, that would be great. We'll buy groceries with it, but again, don't worry about it if you're struggling. If you're, you know what I mean. Like I get it. There's no pressure. Like I said, wherever I am, whatever your financial status is, you're welcome. Always, always, always. I'll be back in 3 minutes, and then I'll play till about 20-25 past. All right. So there you go.
What do we do?
You have to pee.
Quinn, where's his pants?
His socks.
Ah, favorite food, socks. Ian hates cooked apples. Did you know that?
No.
all of these years that we have been wed, I've wondered if you ever heard a word I said. Till I said, pass that remote control over here, and you told me to blow it out my ear. I love you, you're a sassy brat. You make me mad and you make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half. Let me grow old with my sassy brat. When my fans call up and say that I'm great, you tell them that that is a huge mistake. That if they had to live with me, they would understand what a big pain in the ass I am. I love you, you sassy brat. You make me mad and you make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half. Let me grow old with my sassy brat. There are men that like women who they can dominate, that bring them breakfast in bed and always tell them that they're great. My sassy lady never does that for me, but at least a life with her is definitely not boring. She says if you want me to believe that you're great, do a couple loads of laundry around here someday. Hey pal, it's only because you're still kinda cute that I haven't already gotten rid of you. I love you, you sassy brat. You make me mad and you make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half. Let me grow old with my sassy brat. You say the kids have both gone to the show. How about a little quickie before they come home? I say, hey, I suppose you think you're really slick, the way that you keep emphasizing little and quick. I'm not that sure I love you, you're a sassy brat. You hurt my big fat ego and you make me mad. Please don't cut our time in half. Let me grow old with my sassy brat. Sassy bratty lady been a hanging around here, driving me crazy all of these years. If I could ever afford to see a psychiatrist, I'd ask him why the hell do I like being treated like this. We were in bed, but we were still awake. You said I really love you in this life we've made. I said, hey, can I quote you on what you just said? You told me if I did you'd punch me in the head. I love you, you sassy brat. You make me mad, make me laugh. God, please don't cut our time in half. Let me grow old with my sassy brat. I hope it's not too much to ask. Let me grow older. Old as dirt. With my sassy brat.
Hey, Don!
Yay!
Favorites, Don.
Nothing but the best. Nothing but the favorites on the birthday show. This is one of my favorites. I never used to play the song because it was designed to sing with a woman, but I figured out how to do it solo and have it work. So Brian, I'm gonna play the Two Vagabonds. So if you can have that set up for me, thanks. So this is for Teresa. We've been together a long time, and I was thinking. I've been writing a lot lately about leaving here and hitchhiking and traveling and all that stuff. And so this is a song called Two Vagabonds in Disguise. It's about after we had hitchhiked for 3 years and then came back to Lynn, and we're just not Lynn people anymore. Our world was too you know, we had learned too much, but we had a lot of things that we loved about being here, and eventually we moved to Maine and tried to make it out there. But in the first years when we had one baby and then 2 babies, the road was still pulling us. Freedom was still pulling at us, and that's what this is for. And here you go. Didn't I know you in 74? You were 18 and out of control. Sorry. Hitchhiking far and wide for 10 months at a time, sleeping by the side of the road. All day long you would walk, hiking boots, Birkenstocks. You lived on black beans and rice. The wind in your your hair, my friend, the freedom you knew back then still can't be seen in the eyes of a waitress with 2 kids at her side. Didn't I know you in 74? You were wild, you were out of your mind. Ram Dass and Alan Watts all night in truck stops, your poetry on highway signs. The road was your teacher, then sleeping on beaches and reaching for things in the sky. The wind in your hair, my friend, the freedom you knew back then still can't be seen in the eyes of a watchman with 2 kids at his side. And when it's midnight, I work the graveyard shift. Daylight, I sleep, you watch the kids. No time, you are ironing your uniform. Midnight, you return, leave the engine on a kiss. A hug at the door, a long time since 74. I left a note for you, a few things we need to do. It's hanging up on the wall. It says power bill must be paid. Both the kids have been bathed. Your brother from Florida called. And round it goes where it goes. No one knows. Put your feet up for a while. There is wine in the fridge, I'm late, give me a kiss. You know, in your slow-moving smile, I still see that vagabond child. Didn't I know you in 74? You were wild, you're out of control. Hitchhiking far and wide for 10 months at a time, sleeping by the side of the road. The road was your teacher then, sleeping on beaches and reaching for things in the sky. The wind in your hair, my friend, the freedom you knew back then still can't be seen in the eyes of 2 vagabonds in disguise. When it's midnight, I work the graveyard shift. Daylight, I sleep, you watch the kids. No time, you're ironing your uniform. Midnight, return, leave the engine on a kiss. Hug and a sigh, 2 vagabonds in disguise.
Oh, God.
Awesome.
Wow.
I love that
That
photo.
is so beautiful. I love that one.
Couple of cuties.
But Don, in that picture, you look like you got mischief on your mind.
And neither of you look any different.
Bring that picture up again, Brian. Look at that. Look at that. Look at those eyebrows. Oh yeah.
Around the country with a beautiful girl, I got lots of mischief on my mind. Yeah. Well, I don't think that was taken in Amarillo, Texas, in 1975 at the beginning of what turned out to be a 3-year hitchhiking adventure.
Wow.
I'm writing about it now. I'm trying to write about it. It's hard to write about, but we'll see where it goes. I want to talk about when we were in New Mexico. We too much, but it was the hippiest of all the hippie experiences you could imagine. We hung around this campground, and then just like hippies just kept floating in and hanging out with us. People reading tarot, and people talking to people in dreams, and the lucid dreamers, and like it was just I don't know. It was a long way from Lynn, I'll say that. All right, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna sing one more song, and then we're gonna have a dance party. Are you guys up for a dance party? Anybody?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, let me play this song, and then we're gonna teach you all the Zoom tricks you need to be part of the Zoom dance party. I want to thank Brian Dozer behind the scenes with all the tech problems that this can come up. Thank you, Brian.
Brian, good work.
And then we'll have after party. After the dance party, we'll have Lavin is here. Haley Reardon's gonna be here. MP back, and it's my birthday. I may just yank a bunch of people out of the crowd and make them show their talents. Whatever. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen? But I'm thinking about what to do here. But I think this is the one. So, as many of you know, I installed security systems in people's houses for over 20 years. I worked for a company called Sentry, and then for ADT, and that's what I did. I crawled through people's attics and ran wires so that they could have fire systems and burglar systems. And being from Lynn, I've said this many times, it was a public service. I was just trying to keep my friends out of other people's houses. But one day I was in it's gone now, but it used to be called the South Station Tunnel, right? So I was coming around a corner, and a car was stopped in front of me. And I locked up my brakes, and I just gave them a little bump, right? But I was now kind of around a corner, and a truck, it was a Penske truck, you know how those trucks,
Oh, jeez.
rental trucks, slammed into the back of my van. Like, it caved the back of the van in that far. And here, before you're born, right, if the angel in charge of deciding what you can take with you down the birth canal, if he lays out good luck, luck is better than being handsome or rich or well endowed or whatever. Like if luck is part of the thing you can bring into this world, bring it, because I am a testimony to dumb luck right here. So we used to use these drill bits that were some of them 6 feet long, right? So they're for drilling from the second floor of a building down into the wall. Long drill bits, and I had them slid through there was these pieces of metal going across the roof of the van, and I slid them all in there, right? And when this accident happened, when this truck crashed into my van, all of them, like 20 of them, shot forward and penetrated. There would have been 20 holes in the passenger in that scene. They were all sticking out the dashboard, right? I'm like, man, dumb luck wins again. Here we go.
Oh my God.
I hate to tell these stories because I have a sense of humor about them, but I know they horrify you people. But anyway, in any case, I was in a neck brace for a while, and I was hanging around the house, and my kids were probably, I don't know, 6 and 8, 8 and 10, 7 and 9, in that zone someplace. But they were just wild, right? And I'd be laying on the couch with my neck brace, and they would come running into the room. They go, "Dad, what day is it?" I go, "Tuesday." And they go, "No, it's a great day to not be dead." Ah! And they would run out into the other room like that. So I wrote this song called "It's a Great Day to Not Be Dead."
Yes.
It feels like a good thing to say when you're.
I love that song.
Pardon me?
I love that. I love that song, Don. I love it.
And
It's
this
Emily.
I know, this is Emily, my friend from way back, Catch Your Rising Star days. I'm so glad that you're popping into these things now, Emily. It's so good to see you and to see that you're doing well. So here we go. It's a great day to not be dead. A pretty hard sentiment to argue with, no matter what side of the political spectrum you find yourself on. Okay, it's one thing we can all agree on. You have your friend, and he's like, you see him online, and you're like, what happened to that person? And then you see him in person, and then you go, hey, you, and he goes, yeah, what? And you say, it's a great day to not be dead. And he goes, yeah, what about you? Well, yes. And you begin your civil dialogue. That's what I'm hoping for. I think I'm hoping against the wind here. But anyway, thank you for coming to my birthday party. I have to say one more thing before this is over. I was thinking about this today. You're going to want to come and see me when I can actually get in front of an audience, because I got a lot of pent-up entertainment in me. I'm going to be bouncing off that stage. You're going to see a show like you've never seen before. I'm not like a guy getting out of jail, getting back to his wife after 10 years or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to turn that audience into dust. All right. I was on the highway, I was cruising along, decided to put my seatbelt on. A minute later, baby, would you believe? A Big Mac truck crashed into me. I told the policeman that I was okay. He said, your seatbelt saved your life today. The ambulance driver, the EMTs, they all started singing this song to me. They said, it's a great day to not be dead. Shoo-doo-wah, shoo-wah, shoo-wah. To not, you have to picture the EMTs like this. Wah, body, waddy, waddy, whoa, whoa. Oh, never mind. To not cave in your windshield with your head, cave in your windshield with your head. You're an ugly man, but if that occurred, believe me, you would be even uglier. And it's a great day to not be dead. Shoo-doo-wah, shoo-wah, shoo-wah. Later that evening with my family, we were sitting on the couch, we were watching TV. There was a drive-by shooting on the 6 o'clock news. They fired 15 bullets at one poor dude. He took one on the finger, one on the shin. The other 13 all missed him, so we called him up at the hospital, and we sang to him over the telephone. We said, hey, it is a great day to not be dead. Shoo-doo-wah, shoo-wah, shoo-wah. To not have a bunch of bullets in your head, 50 bullets in your head. Oh, what wonderful luck you got. The guy that tried to kill you was a terrible shot, and it's a great day to not be dead. Shoo-doo-wah, shoo-wah, shoo-wah. Well, the next news story, this will tell you how old this song is, okay? This next verse here is pretty close to being a nursing home only verse, but here we go. The next news story on my TV set was that guy whose wife brought a knife to bed. What was his name?
Bobbit.
Mr. Bobbit, that's right. An hour later, as the story goes, a part of his anatomy was laying by the road. Well, my sassy wife looked over and smiled at me. She started singing this song to me. She said, hey, it is a great day to not be dead. Shoo-doo-wah, shoo-wah, shoo-wah. To not have your wife bring a knife with her to bed. Shoo-doo-wah, chop, chop, whoa.
Ouch.
I yell and I scream, I complain a lot, but at least I haven't cut no body parts off, and it's a great day to not be dead. Shoo-doo-wah, shoo-wah, shoo-wah, you know? Not cutting body parts off is a pretty good quality in a wife, really, when you think about it. If you're with somebody tonight, and you've been with her any length of time, and you're still put together anatomically the same way you were when you first met, I don't think it's inappropriate to say thank you. Oh, look, we're having little tender moments in the squares here. Well, I thought about my car crash and my close call. I started getting sentimental. I said, I love this house. I love you guys. I even love my rusty old car outside, and I am so happy, and I mean it, to be alive with all of you holograms. Let's do all the things we always said that we would do. Oh man, let me do that again. I'm so happy to be alive with you. Let's do all the things we always said that we would do. 'Cause it's a great day. It is a great day. It is a great day. It is a great day. It's a great day to not be dead. All right.
Woo! Awesome.
Hi, Don. And Teresa.
All right. So
Happy birthday.
Thank you so
Happy
much.
birthday,
You're
Don.
the best. And thank you to everybody who was kind enough to donate. I appreciate that much. We're gonna go buy groceries with that money tomorrow. So listen, that would have been the end. I would have gone backstage. Wait a second. Here we go. I'm back. All right. Encore. There's an encore now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have an encore dance party, but I have to teach you some tricks because we learning all this stuff because we live and breathe Zoom now. So those of you that are on YouTube and Facebook, you're welcome to come over for this part of this here in the after party. But you can also remain anonymous over there and be scrolling cat videos while I'm performing. It doesn't bother me. Okay. All right. All right. So we have a dance party, but I need to teach you some tricks. So if you are on a PC, I want everyone to do this, but if you are on a PC or if you have the newest update of Zoom, no matter what, go into where it says, see your video camera down the bottom of your screen. Now look at, I'm not gonna hand hold everybody through this. We're gonna go through it, and whoever can get this together one time through, we're just gonna move on with you, and the rest of them, you have to do it as a homework assignment, okay? So the stop video, you see the big camera right there next to it is an up arrow, like a little carrot. Press on that. And then it should open up and say select a camera, blah, blah, blah. If you click on choose video filter. Is everybody with me so far? Okay, here we go. Choose video filter. We're not grading on a curve here. We're just pass or fail. Okay, when you open that up, you should see a video of yourself, right? And if you're on a PC or if you're on a Mac and you have the newest update, in the top right corner, if you put your cursor up there, it says something like rotate. Somebody yell it out to me. What does it say, Sarah?
Studio
Rotate
effects?
90 degrees.
Rotate 90 degrees. If you click on that, you can. What we're trying to do is get as many people dancing on the ceiling and standing on their heads here as possible. So click that until you're upside down. There we go. Now let me look in my gallery view here. Now look, we have several people standing upside down. And now, those of you that are upside down, you're the key part of this thing. So as we're doing our dance party, I want you to go like this, like you're dangling, right? Like you're actually hanging by your feet from the ceiling, and that'll be great. Now, the rest of you, and this works for you guys too, although I'll tell you the little things, something about it. So the rest of us who don't have, I don't have a Mac here, and I don't have the big update, so let's see, where is it? So underneath the video, for everybody, there's a thing that says video filters, and that's all of the things there that you can put a hat on. Here, let's try that. See, you can here, let's go. On, you can look like the burglar that I was trying to keep out of your house when I was putting alarms in. Do a mustache like you're the guy who's trying to figure out who murdered the person on the train. You can do all that. So I want everybody to put on a party hat because it's my birthday or something. Here, let's try this one. Oh, that's a very nice one there. Figure out what you can do. You can also be like on television.
Oh, wait a minute.
Whatever. So play around in there and do what you can. Now, those of you that are upside down, right? You can do this, but it freaks out Zoom and it puts it around your neck. So if you do like a halo, it looks like a noose. Right? But you can try it anyway. Put your hat around your neck. It's all good. So we're going to have a dance party now. If you want to stand up, that's fine, or sit down. But those of you hanging from the ceiling, you're my favorites. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a song that I wrote called Boom Chaka Wang Wang. It's the voice of John Svetky that you're going to be hearing here. He was kind enough to do this video for me, this audio. And this is a song that I wrote because I'm all done writing poignant songs. I'm not going to be poignant anymore, boys and girls. Poignant is too weird of a word to say. My mouth resists it. So I'm just writing booty shaking songs now, and that's where the money is. So we're going to booty shake our way out of this. And I'm saying this because there's so many poets in the crowd tonight, and poets have ruined me. I've been ruined by poets. That's right. Like I'm writing these like novellas that you know have 5 songs worth of worth of words in them, right? Only booty shaking songs now. This one, boom chaka wang wang, I wrote it in 2 minutes. If I was eating a sandwich, reading a calculus book. I did it with 1% of my attention span. It was, I love you, big mama. Let me see that thing. Boom chaka wang wang wang. It's gonna be the most popular thing I've ever written. All the rest of the stuff's gonna be forgotten. All right? So. If you don't want to play along, just shut your video off, you big party poopers. But the rest of you, let's have a little dance party. I'm gonna stand up. Brian, let's take it home.
I love you, big mama. Let me say that thing. Boom chucka wang wang, boom chucka wang. When I see you chucka wang, it makes me wanna sing. Boom chucka wang wang, boom chucka wang. Boom chucka wang wang, boom chucka wang. My mom wants me to read and try to use my brain, but I just wanna see my baby boom chucka wang. Boom chucka wang wang, boom chucka wang. Boom chucka wang wang, boom chucka wang. The DJ at the wedding is so damn lame. To get this party jumping, play boom chucka wang. Boom chucka wang wang, boom chucka wang. Boom chucka wang wang, boom chucka wang. Break it down. Boom. Ow. Boom. Ow. Chucka wang wang. Ow. Boom chucka wang wang, boom chucka wang. Boom chucka wang wang, boom chucka wang.
Hey!
Oh no, it won't die. Oh no. It won't die. So before we go, before I'm gonna take just another 2-minute break, and then we're gonna have our after party. But I need somebody with 2 people in the square. Let's see, who do we got? Anybody here? This is all.
Tommy and Marlene.
Charlie, no, I only see Marlene there. So here, Elizabeth, Liz, I need you to help me. You want to play along? All right. So here, unmute yourself. This is Liz from the Marblehead. You live in Marblehead, Liz? Yes. All right. So unmute yourself. Brian.
And I'm looking for her done.
Elizabeth Horowitz.
Here, unmute. Okay.
All right. So Brian, can you spotlight them, please?
Yep, got it.
All right. So Liz, I want you to go into your videos now, right?
Okay.
Where we just were, like where the hats and all that stuff are. So,
Okay.
So 3 rows down, the very last icon. If you put your cursor over, it says Halo. And it goes like this, like that. See? Can you do that?
I see spectrum.
Oh, let's see. Is she gonna be able to do this?
Oh, halo. I see a halo.
So put your halo on.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so now, this is what my grandchildren taught me. But we have poetry meetings with my grandchildren, and then we play around on Zoom, and they figured out that you can fight over your halo. So if you what's the young man's name? Lynn, can you just move your head over kind of near her like that?
I get my halo.
Like in front of her. How about in front? In front of her.
I'm in front.
All right, so it's a big halo fight, everybody. All right, so the next album is probably going to be called Angels Fighting Over Halos, ladies and gentlemen.
Barry's a foot taller than I am.
Nothing but entertainment here. Everyone's going to be so sick of this in a month, but right now we're going to do it as much as we can. All right, I'll be back in 2 minutes, and we're going to have a fantastic after party. But you're welcome to, if you're got a long ride home, go ahead and get an early start. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
You mean up the stairs?
That's exactly what I mean. Those of you, if you can throw a couple bucks in the grocery bill, that'll be great. And I will see you in 2 minutes, not more than 2 minutes.
You do it.
Ow.
Oh.
Got it.
So funny. Get it the dog and put it on the dog.
Oh yeah.
There, feel it. Oh, Captain's light is on. There. Try this. Christine.
Oh, you have to put a dog higher.
There, you put it. Poor dog.
I could show my jewels all over the internet.
Oh, Fiona is an angel.
Oh.
There. Another one. We always have another one to try. He has a big head.
We lost her.
Wow.
Can't handle two dogs.
Wait, we have one more.
Wow. The Puglo.
Anyway. Aw. Come here, baby. Yeah. You don't want to play silly games.
Oh. Look on their eyes is like, Mom, why are you making us do this?
That's everything all day.
All right, here we go. All right, thank you everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the Horowitz family for the dog Halo fight. Come on, that's not something you see every day. All right, so what we do here now is one of the things that we lost in COVID is that we lost the ability to hang around with our friends, all the musicians and artists. After a concert, some of the audience would stay and we would sit in a circle and jam or play or talk. And so we're using technology to sort of simulate that. And so this is something that it's been great for me because I don't get to see these people that I love so much, and now I get to bring them to me at least in hologram form and get to see them and get to play. So I haven't. Is Haley here? Let's see. Is she here? Haley, unmute yourself if you're here, girl, so I can hear you. Did anybody see Haley Reardon? I know.
Yes, we do.
All right, so this is Haley Reardon, my pal from Marblehead, and she's gonna get us started off here. So can we spotlight her and
Hey, Haley.
there you go.
Haley, you're all grown up.
Hey, Haley. Good to see you.
Can't hear you.
Haley,
Can't hear you.
No.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
You're not
There
muted.
you
I
are.
can hear
Now we
you.
can hear you.
Now.
Now you can hear me.
Now we can.
Yeah, hold on.
There we go.
Gotta love those adapters.
No, you're not. You're no good, Haley.
Okay.
All right. So you have to. How are you gonna play guitar holding that with one hand?
No, you're cut out again.
In that case, hello.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you are.
Okay, I don't know why the USB microphone is not obeying, so I'm just gonna go without it. But because it's
And you are on original, the right sound.
I am, but I'm just going through my laptop, so it's probably not gonna say
Okay.
something. I am on original sound, says off, which means on. Okay, sorry about that. Thank you. This is after
And you are on original, the right sound.
I am, but I'm just going through my laptop, so it's probably not gonna say
Okay.
something. I am on original sound.
Somebody's got. Oh, hang on a second, Brian. Address that. Somebody's watching. Got their audio on Facebook. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I dreamed that you were blind and I went walking, looking for the light, but then I lost it. Trying to bring the right thing home to you. And I see now that nothing is a waste until it runs out. I built myself a castle just to climb down, rifle through the fragments of my youth. I've got everything I've ever felt lined up in pretty little bottles, one way in and one way out. My love, it's gonna be a while till I know who I am again after you. After you. So I wake here, floating on a cloud above the last year, and I can see the moon now as the fog clears. The stars were burning, we just looked away. And I'm grieving 100 little lives for every season. You have parts of me that I don't need. Though I tried, I could not fight the change. I've got everything I've ever felt lined up in pretty little bottles, one way in and one way out. My love, it's gonna be a while till I know who I am again. Oh, and nothing much has changed except some blinding revelations. I am holding out my hands. A fickle heart requires patience, I know. And I'm on my way again after you. After you.
Woo!
Lovely.
Beautiful, Haley. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey,
Woo!
Haley, thank you so much. And so you'll hang around. We'll go around a couple times. Is that okay?
So yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's hear it one more time for Haley.
Woo!
All right, now in the cavalcade of people that are really good friends of mine, all the way from New York City, let's have a nice round of applause for the one and only Miss Christine Lavin.
Christine!
All right, Christine.
Hi.
Pizza. She's wearing a pizza.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, wait, hold on. I'm just trying to pull up my lyrics. I have a brand new song
Ooh.
that I have never performed anywhere.
Debut.
But let's see. We need to do just a little bit of a sound check. Is my vocal loud enough?
Yes.
This is what the guitar's going to sound like. And I'm going to sing over it. Okay,
Yeah.
we ready to go?
You have got your setting right up in the corner there. Turn off. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got it. You know what? It's off the screen. Let me just pull it over. Yep, it says turn off.
Yeah, I think you sound okay, Chris.
Okay. This song is going to bring back memories for Don, I am sure. And because he has such a spot in his heart for you poets, it starts off with an 8-line poem.
Oh.
Life happens fast on West 20th Street, where romance and technology meet, where happenstance and destiny pas de seductively. I've been known to be verbose, so lean in now and listen close. I'll spin a yarn of love so splendid, you may never want to hear it ended. My computer gets tuned up at Mike's Tech Shop on West 20th Street. Mike's got a gang of computer geniuses keeping my machine running sweet. Just to the east of Mike's shop is a legendary store. Kleinfelds where brides from everywhere buy wedding gowns, veils, and bling galore. One day, a young, giddy, nervous bride, all the way from Montana, came to shop at Kleinfeld's, brought along her mama, brought along her nana, who both happened to be widows, but both still look pretty good. But they don't know the city or this particular neighborhood, and by accident, instead of walking into Kleinfeld's, all three of them stroll into Mike's, snapping selfies, posting, hoping folks in Missoula will give them a whole lot of likes. They think they are in Kleinfeld's. Nope, they're in a computer shop. The bride-to-be so overcome with excitement that to the floor she drops. Yes, the bride-to-be is so filled with glee that she just flat out faints. She's surrounded by a herd of adorable nerds. She opens her eyes, she thinks they're saints. One lifts her head up to give her a sip of cool, clear water. Her mama sees this act of kindness, leans down and whispers to her daughter, I'm not sure what's going on here, but I think this young man just changed your life. You know I've never liked your fiancé, so why not be the sweet boy's wife? So the bride-to-be calls her fiancé and tells him, I've had a change of heart. I'm falling in love with the tech shop boy. You and me are busting apart. Oh, the bride-to-be's ex-fiancé is a pro football place kicker. He drops a phone, rushes to Mike's Tech Shop. No, he takes a cab, that's quicker. He's gonna beat that computer geek for stealing his future bride. But by accident he runs into the naughty lingerie boutique on the Tech Shop's west side. Of the naughty lingerie boutique is having a sale of everything made out of lace. The football kicker says, where's a nerd? I'm gonna whoop him. The owner says, I'm the only one in the place. The kicker gives her the kind of look you could pour on a stack of pancakes. He forgot about the nerd, now love is the word, as he a new plan makes. Oh, but the lady who owns a naughty lingerie store is engaged to a firefighter who says he won't marry her until the day she's at least 100 pounds lighter. But the football kicker likes a curvy woman. He says, forget about him, I think I love you. So she whips him up a stack of blueberry pancakes, 'cause that's what people in love do. Life happens fast on West 20th Street. Bride from Montana, she gonna marry a geek. Her football kicker is falling far. The lady who owns a naughty lingerie store, whose firefighting fiance has no idea what happened here today. Suddenly, Kleinfeld's catches on fire. Sirens scream through the air. Fire trucks pull up. What luck, the naughty lingerie lady's firefighting fat ex is there. He sees her kissing the football kicker. He's crushed, but he's got a job to do. He rushes into Kleinfeld's, puts out the flame of this potential bridal barbecue. He rescues a single skinny bride-to-be, floating in a pool of tears. Her fiancé just called to call off the wedding. Yes, his timing was cruel and weird. She was trying on a Haley Page gown that cost $8,000. When this heartbreaking phone call came in, I know, that sucks, but the fireman scoops her up, carries her out in her size 2 wedding gown. She cheerfully thanks him, as light as a feather. He gently sets her down. Then he gets down on one knee. I don't even have to tell you. He pops the question to the crybaby bride. She says, hell yeah! Oh, but what about the meanie who broke up with her on the phone when she was shopping in Kleinfeld's, in Kleinfeld's salon? He was arrested for insider trading. Berkshire Hathaway, GameStop, Amazon. He's prison pen pals with a crazy chick who now says she will wait. And as soon as his parole board says it's cool, she will set a wedding date. Oh, one last thing. What about the widow mama and the widowed nana? Last seen lost on 20th Street, which is nothing like Montana. They flagged down 2 horseback cops who happened to be galloping into the east. The cops take them to Eisenberg's sandwich shop, treat them both to a fabulous feast. Yes, they gobble down pancakes topped with bacon-eaten matzo balls, drink and creams. The mama and the nana both feel like they have stepped into a dream. The next day, Kleinfeld's is back in business. You can figure out the rest. Mama and the nana and the horseback cops are all saying yes to the dress. Life happens fast on West 20th Street. The bride from Montana, she gonna marry a geek. The lady who football kicker's falling for. The lady who owns a naughty lingerie store, whose firefighting fiance fell in love with a crybaby bride just yesterday. Mama, Nana, and the horseback cops are so glad they accidentally walked into Mike's tech shop. Not to mention the inside trader and his gal. We're counting the days till they have more than pen pals.
Christine, I love it.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
The poetry in the beginning. All right.
Oh my God.
Did you follow the story?
Oh yes.
It worked out for everybody. Even the insider trader found love.
Oh my God.
And Don can tell you, when we would be driving and he would start to like nod off it behind the wheel, I would start telling him about the latest episode. Would say yes to the dress. And Don would get so mad. He'd say, "There's 1,700 white dresses in the store. Pick one. Get on with your life." So Don, did you have flashbacks?
I did. I just took some medication. Let's hear it one more time for Christine Lamb.
Oh my God.
Hi, Christine.
It's you. That's right.
Thank
Christine,
you.
you'll hang around. We'll go around a couple times. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right.
All right, so now I want to see if Tim Mason is available. Tim, wake up wherever you are. Come on, snap out of it. Where is he? Is he still here?
Yeah, but
All right. How about a poem from Tim Mason? Tim, my birthday, Tim Mason's birthday parties are the stuff of legend. I can't even tell you about all the things that have happened at them at the whole Vienna and all that. But Tim's a dear friend of mine, and if you don't mind, Tim, something for the folks here.
something for the folks. Any particular poem you got in mind, Don?
Something under the 20-minute mark would be great.
I think I can help you with that one. I feel like one of my interspecies poems. Today, I'm feeling much like a worm. Hiding in the sludge, we make our ways through tunnels unseen to visions unseen by human eyes. Moving earth through our bodies, we swim through the soil, passing nutrients through our soul as we make currents around the stones that nourish roots that break the topsoil, bringing us communion with the sky. It is this simple thing we do that matters to the trees that breathe life, to a sucking orb of rock and ozone whose seismic gyrations erupt, flipping the script on mammals whose brains delude them to the fantasy of importance. We do not brag nor aggrandize. We will never boast. We eat earth, let our egos grow into separate beings, dividing when we get big enough to have their own opinion. This is how we breed, blessing and releasing ourselves. When the going gets extreme, we begin again to feed the trees in the slow exhale of being alive. For we know that to be free is to be a tree, pushing roots deeply into the soil, pulling in nourishment and life. To be free is to be a tree, to reach for the heavens and find them, new life through the cycles and seasons of changes, and yet to be constant with purpose, to grow and become what you are. To be free is to be a tree.
Yeah. Man.
Yes.
Thank you, Tim.
All right.
Woo!
Nicely done.
Happy birthday, Don.
Thank you, Tim, and thanks for everything through the years, man. You're the best. All right, now round two. Haley Reardon, where are you? There you are. I can't hear you. Let's figure it out. Let's figure out how to hear you. You would think the youngest person in the thing would have this.
How do you not hear me?
Oh, now we can.
Now we can.
But now we can't. It went from when you shifted it came in, and then you shifted back and it came out.
Okay, I don't know what is going on because I'm not.
Don't touch it. We hear you.
I'm not plugged into my microphone, so that's so weird. Okay, hello.
Yep, you're there.
Okay.
So
Wow.
Haley, let's talk a little bit. So tell us about your project. So you're working with some musicians and producers from Barcelona, is that right?
I somehow connected with these amazing Spanish musicians that I've been remotely collaborating with, and it's been so fun. So now I just have to get my vaccine and get to Barcelona.
All right. So thanks for being here. What do you got for us?
I'm gonna play you a song that I wrote yesterday for you, Don, for your birthday.
Oh no.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice, Haley.
Okay. Well, I think it's not done because it kind of just came out, and I feel like there's more to be said and finesse, but I'm just gonna play you as I have it now. And I wish you had good sound, but I'll send you a voice memo. Okay, so here we go. Dawn has been my mentor when I was 12. Was I 12, Dawn?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
When I was 12, I started going to Dawn's house every Wednesday for what started as performance lessons, but became, full-blown artist mentorship and just life lessons in general. And we have a very special friendship that I will forever be grateful for, and that's what this song is about. And back then, I really had just started playing guitar, and I wanted to be Hannah Montana. That was it. That was the vision, just to set the stage for where I was at when I met Don. Remember when I idolized Miley Cyrus? You looked in my eyes and said, Haley, you are an artist. It was too soon to tell what would come to be true, but I think all the time, if it wasn't for you, well, I might have got lost, I might have got scared, or tired of searching for what was already there. And you said it yourself, I was no kid to you. I wish every damn kid could hear those same words too. I've never said it so simply before, but you made me better. You gave me more than I ever could have known before I was grown. I turned 16, you said no dying in cars, and don't get knocked up before your life even starts. You opened my head and you planted a garden. When it grew weeds, you went back to the start, 'cause coming of age isn't linear, is it? But you stayed the course and you patiently listened as I tied the same knots over again. Help me unravel them thread by thread by thread again. And I've never said it so simply before, but you made me better. You gave me more than I ever could have known before I was grown. Before I was grown. I've never said it so simply before, but you made me better. You gave me more than I ever could have known before I was grown. Before I was grown. Before I
Oh,
that was so good, Haley.
oh my God. I'm not crying. You're crying.
I know. That's beautiful.
What a birthday present.
Oh,
Gorgeous.
Don. Oh my God.
You're killing me.
That was awesome, Haley.
Haley, that's one of the sweetest things that have ever happened to me as far as artists are concerned. I appreciate you so much. I think what I want to say to everybody here is if you can find a place in this world to mentor somebody, in the arts especially, the reward doesn't just go downstream from the mentor to the person. It works its way back up. It's mutual, and it's that's one of the great joys of my life, having been involved in Haley's life and seen her through several contracts and all the things that came with it. So Haley, I love you a lot. Thank you. You're killing me now. I don't know who's gonna follow this, but good luck to him. For Haley Reardon one more time.
Beautiful.
Hi, Haley.
All right, I think we need a real pro here. Christine Lavin, you're going to have to step in here now, girl.
Oh, Jesus. Thanks. Thanks, Dawn. I was trying to learn the song. Don and I have one co-write together. It's called Deep Fried Bacon Cheese Fluff Muff Nut.
Oh, gosh.
The fluff is in honor of the fluffer nutter, that marshmallow fluff being invented in Lynn. And it's actually a song about that I thought that would take the culinary world by storm, until I actually made a video of it and realized that it makes you sick listening to it. So it's like I totally abandoned the project, but I'm going to come back on it because I think it'll be a really great weight loss project. Because if you feel sick, you can't eat, you lose weight. I know, genius. But that'll. I promise you, Don, your next birthday, I'm gonna bring the deep fried bacon cheese fluff muff nut. But this is a song that I feel like Don wrote through me. Oh, by the way, you know, the biggest typo in my life, I wrote a book. I was inspired by Don's book, and I wrote a book, and the first printing, I did it all myself. I did all the proofing. I did everything. I even did the index the old-fashioned way. And in the thank yous, I really wrote this. I wrote, I want to thank Don White for challenging and inspiring me to write this book. But what I actually wrote was, I want to thank Don White for challenging and inspiring me to write his book. The only typo in 450 pages.
Oh my God.
And it's one that spell check wouldn't catch because his is a word and this is a word. Yeah. But can you believe it? I go and think I'm making this big thank you to Don instead of taking credit for his book. Hey Don, could you read something for us from the book you're working on?
Sure, I'll do that later. Yep.
You could do that while I'm doing the song. It's good. It's a short song. But this one, I feel that Don was the. Well, you'll hear. I'm a fly on a plane. I am buzzing all around. I got out in Houston. Oh no, I'm San Antonio bound. I'm not riding in coach. I think I'll fly first class. I'm on the head of a banker. Zip, zip, I'm on the rim of a glass. My, oh my, I'm a fly. Taking a free ride on a plane. I'm a fly on a plane. My flight's a little erratic. The highest I've ever been was in a swing time, cowgirls at it. I didn't mean to leave home, but now the die is cast. I guess my destiny is to roam and to fly really fast, very fast, mighty fast. My oh my, I'm a fly, taking a free ride on a plane. When I get to San Antonio, I'm gonna make a lot of new fly friends. When I tell them that I am from Houston, the eyes will bug out and they'll say, come again. Don't tell us no Texas tall tales. How did you get here? I'll say, I flew. Oh, those San Antonio flies, I say, man alive, we've got immense respect for you. Woo, 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 woo. Zip, zippity doo dah. Zip, zippity yeah. Zip, zippity doo dah. Say hey, Willie Mae, say hey. I'm a fly on a plane. I got a lot of dreams. I never counted on a rolled up in-flight magazine. That's it! The fly is dead! It's not like it's a puppy! Not like Apache the doggy! It's a fly! You goddamn idiots are too sensitive! Don, what's wrong with you? What kind of friends do you have? I'm talking about a fly! Don wrote that song through me.
See you around, everybody.
Oh, don't clap now! It's too late.
There's too much fly canceling going on around here.
Oh my goodness.
Fly canceling.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, read
All
for
right.
us, Don. I set him up for you. Now you kill him.
I'm going to wait till the end for what I'm going to do. I want to bring back MP Carver. Let's hear it for MP Carver.
All right.
Thank you. I was laughing too hard to find the unmute button for a second. Let's see. I'll just read. I've got a short one, so we can get back to this amazing music.
Hang on a second, MP. Let's talk about the festival. Let's talk about. So you teach at Salem State?
Yes, yeah, yeah. Actually, with Liz, we're both adjuncts over there. Yeah.
So you're gonna teach your students how to steal halos from each other now? There's a new skill now, right? Right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I mean, I teach digital writing too, so they'll have some way to integrate it. I make them make videos too. So,
So, and can you tell us about the festival coming up?
yeah, actually, so the Mass Poetry Festival ran for 10 years, most of those years in downtown Salem. It was like a whole weekend, hundreds of poets, just took place all over downtown. Really wonderful event, and it's being relaunched this year. The last one was in 2018. And the decision to relaunch was made before the pandemic, so it's been a big shift to get ready. But one of the wonderful things about this year is that everybody's welcome from all over the country. It's by suggested donations, so you can come in for free if you can't afford to buy a ticket. So I really hope everybody, if you love poetry, will join us. It's May 13th through 16th. And you can find more information at masspoetry.org. And I'll put it in the chat as well. And it should be a really fun event.
When is it?
May 13th through 16th.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
and this year all virtual. In the future, it'll be back in Salem.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. And I'll just read this one poem. The DJ asks. The DJ asks, how y'all doing tonight? Then he repeats, I said, how y'all doing tonight? And so I reply, I have felt a darkness putting up roots through the arches of my feet and moving along the worn paths of my own veins and capillaries. And now, each year, this heaviness blots out more of what I once did not know to call light. The DJ has no more questions. Plays Freebird. Thanks.
Woo!
MP, that was great.
MP, that was lovely. But why don't you try another one for us? That's I think we can give you more time than that.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, thank you. I've got another short one queued up. So, I try to resist the bird as soul metaphor, but watching them there, soaring, scuffling over trash, chasing each other off the lampposts in the gray dawn of the all-night Dunkin' Donuts parking lot, I moved despite myself. Thanks.
All right.
MP Carver, raising the property value in the corner here on my birthday show. Bravo. Bravo.
John, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so this is the sort of lightning round here. Normally we try to wrap this thing up by 9:30, 9:45, but it's my birthday. I'm gonna get drunk. No, I'm not. It's been 30 years. I don't think I should start now. So Haley Reardon, why don't you take us toward the end of this thing here, my friend? And Haley, just from me to you, thank you so much for that. You mean a lot to me. I feel like I'm a member of your family, and I know that I hope that you feel the same way here with all of us. You're really a member of this family here too. So can't hear you, of course.
Why?
There you go. That's better.
It's so mysterious. So mysterious. I love you.
Haley, since you're on your laptop, Mike, why don't you just turn, if you can get to the settings quick and just give it a little more volume. I think that's part of the problem.
Okay, yeah, we turned it down before with the other mic. Okay, how about now?
Good.
Hello? Louder? Okay.
Better.
Okay, cool. Great. Okay, what should I do? Okay. This is called Awake in Berlin.
It's 2 a.m. I'm awake in Berlin for the first of 2 shifts. You are on your way into that restaurant on 12 that I never liked. There's a word for this feeling here. find some kite. And while I'm asleep, you are driving back home to the place where we lived. Now you live there alone, where we'd hide from the landlord and the weird girls upstairs. My guitar's in your closet, I know it's safe there. And I finally figured it out. For the first time, something's clear. There's no way of summing this up except to say that I don't know how I feel. And I'm not sure I ever will. The rain falls over Hamburg, it's late in the day when I find out you're leaving next month for LA. And you packed up my things, you talked to my sister. When she comes home for Christmas, she'll bring them back with her. And I finally figured it out. For the first time, something's clear. There's no way of summing this up except to say that I don't know how I feel. And I'm not sure I ever will. I know that I love you. I did and I still do. And if this is a mistake, then it's one I have to make. I finally figured it out. For the first time, something's clear. There's no way of summing this up except to say that I don't know how I feel. And I'm not sure I am not sure I am not sure I ever will.
Beautiful, Haley.
Lovely.
Woo! That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, honey.
Haley, thank you so much for being here and being a good friend to me and my family and everything. Give my best to your mom and dad and your sister and everybody over there in Marblehead, and look forward to being face to face with you as soon as that's possible. Let's hear it one more time for Haley Reardon.
Hey, Haley. Love you. Love you.
Yeah.
All right, Christine Lavin.
Okay, I got a short one for you. And I was on Good Morning America many years ago because Alex Trebek was the guest host, and they had me come on and sing the lyric that I wrote for the Jeopardy theme song.
Wow.
And I was so petrified because if you give lyrics to something that's never had lyrics before, you have to get permission from the person who wrote the melody. And that was Merv Griffin. And I never got permission. But I figured they know about it. They had me come on the show. And it was funny. Alex really, it's sad that we lost him, but it was great that he worked right up to the end as much as he could. But in case any of you ever go on Jeopardy, think of this during the final Jeopardy theme song. Back in high school, you were square, carried books and slide rule everywhere. You scored straight A's week after week. They called you egghead, called you geek. For everyone who laughed in your face, now's your chance to put them in their place, because you're on a TV show where your big brain wins big. Do boom boom.
I love that.
That is awesome, Christine.
Oh, by the way, I'm doing a show on Saturday at 7:30 for the Golden Link of Rochester, New York, and I have an after party with David Ippolito and Kat Goldman, who's a Canadian singer-songwriter. I took Don White's idea of the after parties, and so you're all welcome to come. It's on Zoom and it's free.
Is there a link to it, or just to your website?
You know what? Drop me a note. My email is teeny.lavin@gmail.com.
Teeny at Lavin? Teeny?
Yeah, teeny.lavin@gmail.com, and I'll send you.
You just gave that
all the
email
links.
to the entire planet Earth. You know.
Oh, I did. That was my evil twin, and she will come and she will track you down and kill you.
Christina, my mom was on Jeopardy.
She was?
Yeah, she used to work for NBC, and she just like loved game shows. And
How did she
was
do?
Not that well, but we ended up with a home Jeopardy game that we played as kids. She had fun.
You know what? My mom was such a fan of Jeopardy that she wrote a fan letter to Art Fleming. And you know what she wrote? It was so sweet. My mom is the sweetest person in the world. She wrote, I love your show so much. You have to know so much important information. It's so educational. But you have a glaring flaw in your show. You give the answers and make them give the questions. That's backwards.
Oh my God.
And they wrote back to her. And they said, well, Miss Lavin, that's what makes us different.
I love that one. That's great.
That's fantastic.
Before we wind,
game too.
before we wind this thing down, I just want to say about Christine that a lot of people have been very kind to me through the years, but none like Christine. She when I first met her at the Old Vienna Coffee House, she did more for me in 5 weeks after that than my record companies or anybody had done for me in years. Next thing I knew, I was playing in New York, and then we toured for all those years. But besides all that, she's just a great, great human being, and I'm so glad to be her friend. So please, one more time for Christine.
Yay,
Christine!
We love you.
Don, I just have 5 words for you. Say yes to the dress.
She one time here, there's a road story. We're coming back from a gig in Watertown, coming back here to Lynn, and she didn't see it, but we drove by like a dress place that's a famous one. What's it called, Christine? Vows. And we drove past it, and I said, I swung around, and she's like, what are we doing? And I go, here, take a picture in front of this thing. I thought she was going to cry. Honestly, it was like
It was one of the highlights of my life. I was just it's only wall-to-wall wedding dresses at a discount. What a dream.
That was great.
All right, well, this has been the best. Thank you so much. It's so nice to see so many friends. I can't wait till I can hug you all and be with you. But we're here every Thursday trying to put some happiness into the world and some community. So if you know anybody that wants to stop by, just let them know it's always the same information. I will actually read something that... if I can find it here, that I'm working on. So I'm writing a new book. I swore I'd never write another book. I swore I would never do it. It was so much work. And there's people in this room now who've written books, so they know. Like it almost killed me to do it, really. But I didn't. Then it started making money, and now I can't. I couldn't. I had to do it again because I need the damn money. That's what happened, right? So, but now I'm in the zone. Like, it took me, I think I finished my other book in 2004 or 6 or something, and it's been that long that I've been able to push it away. Like, leave me alone, right? But now I can't. I just get up every day and I write. I can't wait to get out of bed and write. And it's awful because I have other things to do, right? But I can't. Like, now I'm just consumed by this thing. And worse than that, I'm obsessively compulsively now discovered Charles Dickens, and so now I'm determined to read every Dickens book that ever there was because I didn't realize how good he was. Now, so I'm reading the Pickwick Papers at night, and I'm reading Oliver Twist in the morning, and writing books, and just totally wrapped up inside language and in my head. And all you poets, this is all your fault. I hate you, all of you. It's an impossible way to live life, wrapped up in language, missing your exits on the highway because you're writing some story in your brain or whatever. But, I also want to say that writing is my first love. I used to skip school and write. How weird is that? Like, skip school, go to Lynn Woods, read books and write, and then not be able to tell anybody about it, or they'd punch me in the head for using a 4-syllable word. That's the life of the Lynn literary person. But this is a little piece I want to put out to Terry. Terry, we're gonna get rid of this house, I think, and move. I think we're not sure if it's gonna happen or not, but there's a lot going on here, and we've been very reflective of late. So here's just a little piece. The title of the story, which is going to be quite a long one, is called "Working Class Hippies." I'll just read a little bit for it before we go. My wife and I make sounds now when we rise from the sitting position. These quasi-moans and other primal emissions are akin to those that might emanate from the throats of slightly wounded animals. We went out for coffee this morning. If you were near our driveway when we returned, our slow and cautious emergence from the car and our involuntary audio would have left little doubt that you were observing what is commonly known as an elderly couple. The brain that lies behind a pair of eyes translates what those eyes see in accordance with its ability and willingness to think. It is perfectly reasonable for a passerby, after a cursory glance, to think of Mrs. White as a gray-haired woman in need of a knee replacement. That would be an accurate, albeit lazy, assessment. To these eyes that now peer out from beneath brows of gray, she is forever 19. They can only see the now world-seasoned Mrs. White in that flower dress that she bought for 50 cents at a flea market in New Mexico, with the desert wind flirtatiously mussing her long black hair. We were a few months into the first of 3 separate years of hitchhiking around North America in the 1970s. I was then, and am now, hopelessly smitten by this woman, to the point where my brain has permanently beguiled my eyes.
Oh,
So sweet.
The Mr. White still in the room.
All right. That's it.
Before we go, can we all wish Diane a happy birthday together if we unmute?
Well, we did it earlier. It was
Let's do it again. It was so good.
Again, it was
like a
so
certain
good.
level of hell, but go.
I want to show everybody the baby.
Oh, wait a
Oh my gosh.
Ariel's baby, yeah.
Oh,
Wait. Where's the baby?
Where's the baby?
Already.
Hang on.
We don't see the baby.
Hang on. Let me get it. There it is.
Oh my goodness.
That's Elijah.
Wow.
Oh, he's beautiful.
Congrats, Grandma and Grandpa.
Wow.
Congrats, Grandma.
He's that little miracle baby.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so you guys know.
Our other babies are
Go ahead, Jen.
Haley, the age Haley was when she started coming to our house.
That makes me want to take a nap, doesn't it?
I remember when they were born. Yeah,
And
crazy.
it's so great to see you too. Really is.
All right. So here, you guys just want to chat with each other. That's okay.
No, we want to sing happy birthday again.
I'm trying to get out of it, but I can't. All right.
Do you know, wait, do you know God Dance the Day You Were Born, Christine, or anybody?
Oh,
No.
yes.
Wait,
Sounds good.
God danced the day you were born. The angels did the what? To Gabriel's horn. God danced the day you were born. So grateful for the gift of you. And there's a whole bunch of choruses, but we hate choruses. So everybody just, or maybe that is more.
You know what? I thought you said God damn the day you were born.
Christine, that wasn't what she said.
That makes me want to put my halo on.
That's a different song entirely.
I did.
Yeah,
All right, how about on a count of 3, happy birthday?
Oh,
All right.
On
here we
mute.
go.
Here we go. 1, 2,
One.
3. Happy
Happy
birthday!
birthday.
Happy birthday
Day to you. Happy
birthday.
birthday to you.
Happy
Happy birthday, dear Dawn. Happy birthday to you.
Hey, John White, happy birthday. Teresa
That's
from
what happy birthday sounds like in hell, ladies and gentlemen.
And next year it'll be deep fried bacon cheese fluff muff nut. Next year.
That makes me go want to make bacon. All right.
So, just so you know, those of you that are new to this, that when we first started doing this, I would just end the meeting, right? And it was so traumatizing. We have, since 7 o'clock, we've had this illusion of all being together, right? And if all of a sudden I hit this button, whap! An abrupt, traumatic reminder of how alone we are in the world. Right? So I don't want to do that anymore. So what we do is we let people just talk their way out. So, chat with each other if you want, or just say goodbye one at a time. But we're not gonna traumatize you after having such a nice night. So thank you, everybody.
I'm gonna say bye.
Why don't we say goodbye to the streams, Don?
I'm tired.
YouTube. Goodbye, Facebook.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Christine. Bye, Haley.
Bye, guys. Great to see you today.